Hello and welcome to this new channel. I'm a new face on YouTube, and I hope that if you stumbled on this video that you'll find something in it to give you pause for thought. My name's Robert. I work as an energy healer across all sorts of modalities, and if you want to know more about me or my backstory, then please do check out my website, which is theartofhealing.com, www.theartofhealing.com. Lots of information there about what I do and how I came to be here. Today I'm going to be looking at the year ahead, 2022, and asking what we need to know to help us to navigate it. 222 of 2022 adds 2 as 6. So this is quite an introspective year. It's quite a good year to balance out. It's a good year to recalibrate. So we'll see if we're given any messages about that. I'll be using oracle cards and tarot cards, which I often do for guidance, as well as my own intuition. I'm an intuitive reader with these cards, and what I read won't often be a conventional reading, but it's what I'm being told. So please remember that this is offered in our collective highest interest. Your highest interest, my highest interest. So leave any negative energy you might have at the door. If you can for now, just let it behind, and join me on this discovery session and see if you find something that can give you a bit of light and hope. Right, let's take a look. I'm going to draw first of all 3 oracle cards, and I must apologize, I have a squeaky chair. These cards will give us some headlines, and then we'll move on to tarot cards and see how they clarify and provide more detail. So first off, 3 oracle cards. I think if I shuffle here, you can see me shuffling, and I will stop when I feel ready and just draw 3. So we'd like to know, please, about 2022 and how we should best navigate 2022, coming as it does after some really tricky years for all of us. So please, your advice on 2022. Here we go. Top 3. Sacred space, healing energy, and slow but steady. Well, you couldn't make this up. So, just so you know, by the way, the cards are the Michelle Matsuza's Sacred Healing cards. They're really rather special. Shamanic healing, I beg your pardon. And the first one, Sacred Space, if I can show it to you there, you can see the spiral on it. The second, Healing Energy. And the third, which is Slow but Steady. Sorry, I shouldn't dip out of the frame there. So what are we being told about this year? We're being told to go back within to our own truth, or to look for our own truth, and to either start the path of our truth or to get back on it, because I think that most of us got lost somewhat in the last few years. The healing energy is really important for us in that we need to refresh. So if you can allow whatever you have allowed to be damaged over the past few years to mend and heal, you will be in a position to get back on that path. Not so easy. The third card, Slow but Steady, is just that advice that don't rush into this. Don't think you can do it in one shot. It's going to take time, and it needs you to be considered about it. A lot of things around you will impact if you change your route. Other people will notice it, and other people will be affected, and as we all work in a kind of social pack, we need to be cognizant of other people. So go easy on yourself, go easy on others, and go slow. There's no rush, just look to the end game. So, with those in mind, I'm going to draw on the Ashley Cook Tarot, which is a really nice indie deck that I really love. And I'm going to ask it to clarify for me what more we can glean from these 3 cards. So Sacred Space, Healing Energy, and Slow but Steady. So what else do we need to know off that? So please, if we can have some more clarity and some more guidance as to how best to plot our way through 2022. Thank you. First card up, you can see that, the Devil. You might be seeing that backwards, I'm afraid, but you get the idea. So, the Devil in Tarot is one of those cards that people are terrified of, and there's just no reason at all. Because what it's telling us is that we have become addicted to the wrong things. So it's asking us to change our ways, to look at doing things differently, and to really unlock the shackles that we have given ourselves. So when you're looking at your sacred space and how you heal, look at what you do that you don't like. Really look inside yourself and say, what do I not really like about me? And what do I know needs changing? And we can ask a bit more on that. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles can be a bit slow and steady, and we have slow and steady in the line above, so that's okay. We're being asked with the Knight of Pentacles just to be aware of practical issues as well. So if you want to make changes in your life, that's great, and you should. But you also have to keep your feet on the ground and make sure that these changes work for you and work for others. So be sensible about it. And the last card we have is the Four of Pentacles, or the Four of Coins. So again, it's balance things. Think about them. Make sure that whatever you do is supported. You have a foundation for everything, and that you are safe. So I would ask you to make some big leaps of faith. But at the same time, I would ask you to be careful, to think, and to make those leaps of faith only when you feel you can do it with confidence and without damaging yourself or anyone else. So I'm going to draw three more from the same deck, the Ashley Cook Tarot, and let's just see if there's any more depth than that for us for the year. Is there anything else you want to tell us about 2022? Right, three more. Aha. Now here we have three cards of balance. I think I said earlier that this is a good year to get balance back. So there we have balance, clear as you could have it. There is also, and this comes beneath the Knight of Coins or Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. So as you get your feet back on the ground and you're practical and considered about what you're doing, do it with your heart, because you're doing this for your soul. You came here with a reason, and now you need to walk the path that delivers that reason. And that is as emotional as it is practical. So find the balance. And the last card we have is the King of Wands, who is asking us to be enlightened, to be fearless, to be inventive, and to be courageous. So what are we looking at? We're looking at healing. We're looking at recalibrating ourselves, finding ourselves back on the right soul path. And we are looking at doing it with courage and honesty and walking into our own light. So that's quite a lot to get right in 2022, but nothing's impossible. And if you remember, slow and steady. So we're not rushing this process. You don't have to finish it this year, but you do need to start it. I'm going to take one more deck. Good old standard Rider-Waite, and we'll just get three more cards to close this particular reading and see if it gives us anything else or if it just confirms what we have already seen. Three more cards, please. The last three cards for this reading, just to close it. What do we need to know about 2022? I think we're being a bit more practical with the Rider-Waite cards. I often find that. So we are starting off with the Seven of Wands, or rods, depending how you read them. And these are a battle. So what that card is telling me is that although 2022 is going to be a much easier and smoother year than we've had the past few, it's still not free of its own battles. There's a lot of things to fight and to manage and to keep track of, really. Legal affairs, watch governments, and this is probably a big one and wants a different reading, but as we as a species ascend, and we are ascending right now, we're on the crest of a wave of ascension, governments are clamping down, and they're doing so because they see themselves failing. The old orders are crumbling, and there is absolutely nothing that will stop this. But we are going to go through some time yet of governments clamping down on societies, really being quite ruthless and outrageous. You can see that anywhere you look in the world, any government you look at. But their days are numbered, and a new way of governance is coming. But it's not without some tricky bits beforehand. We need, as we navigate all this, and as we try not to be outraged by what those in power are doing and how they lie to us all, generally, we need to keep a steady focus ahead. We need to think positively, we need to keep our optimism, and we need to realise that a new start is possible and is in fact inevitable. So those are bigger headlines, and perhaps next time we read I might look at world order and what is happening with world governments and how are we changing, and how can our ascension change the government, or the governments that run us, and the way we are governed, because that is absolutely the next step in humanity. So, what do we remember? Balance, recalibration, find yourself, find your truth. Remember that you chose truth when you came here, and you chose a path. And most of us, and certainly myself included, have lost that path and had to find it again. So take some time to find your path. Find what gives you joy in your heart and go back to that if you've lost it. If you haven't lost it, reconnect with it again and again and again, and share it, because other people will need your joy and your light. So let's leave that there for now, and that's very broad, and I'm normally a little bit more focused in a reading if I'm reading for someone, but when I'm reading generally, you never quite know what will come up. I hope there was a little glimmer of hope in there for you. I hope something resonated, and there really is huge possibility for us all together. So if you found anything at all, do like this video, just hit the like button, subscribe. I'm going to be back within a week with a new video, and I might then look perhaps at the state of world order, because we all need to know that. And even better, leave me a comment. I'd love to read what you think, how you see things. Did you read these cards any differently to me? I'd really be interested to know. And again, if you have any questions or you want me to read on something, drop it into the comments. I'll pick it up and I will see what I can do to help with that. So, I wish you a very happy and a bright week. Please remember, walk into your light and walk with light. And if you do that, others will follow you. So, thank you for watching, and goodbye for now.